And now joining us in studio, she is #1 per Century 21. She is the Padres realtor, and she does almost 200 deals a year, which is a lot. We love having her on the show. Melissa Tucci joins us on the American Dream. Hi.
Hi.
All right, so where do we start? Padres, that's the fun part. They're not doing so hot, but at least you got to go to a spring training game. I know that was cool for you.
It was, and actually my youngest daughter caught a ball, and so I was able to get about 8 player signatures. And we took pictures with James Shields and some other players. So
Awesome.
It was a really neat experience.
So she caught a ball. Is this like, how old is she?
She's 6.
Okay. So did she like catch like a line drive foul ball, or is it like?
Yeah, the second one. But hey,
Yeah,
the story sounds better that way. And it certainly was a better story than opening day, being there, losing 0-15.
You were there?
I was.
I was there.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I saw your sign up in the outfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I was up there for a while. So if you go to a ball game, you're going to see, was it MelissaTucci.com?
MelissaTucci.com, right on the scoreboard.
Now, isn't it me who told you they need to put that to drive people to your website and see how much you're doing there?
Right.
Right? Wasn't that my advice? Anyway, you're going to catch her on any Padre game. You'll see it in the outfield, and this is who the Padres use if they're buying or selling real estate. So you should think about it as well. So tell us a little bit about the market. You're not only helping Padre players, but you obviously help people who don't play ball.
Sure.
So
yeah,
what's going on in the market?
I work with buyers and sellers. You know, it's always busy in the San Diego market, but right now it's just exceptionally busy in the fact that there's low inventory and there's a lot more buyers looking.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of creating this gap between how many properties there are for each buyer and multiple offers again, and it's a really unique time.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Because we've talked a little bit about this, actually a lot about this the last couple of years, but isn't it even crazier now than it was every time you've come on the show? We've talked about this low inventory thing.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm just seeing these homes out in the market getting 15 offers. You know, it's like insane.
It is insane. And I mean, it's insane to be on both sides of it, both on the listing side and buyer side, and different ways to approach it. But I think it's crazier, if not just as crazy as some parts of even 2005, 2006. So it's really interesting, but the market is more stable now. And it just seems like the inventory levels are still around 30% lower than average. It's unreal.
So let's speak to both sides of the equation. The buy side, you have someone who's wanting to buy a house and they're having to make offers, which is how you get into a house, but they're not getting that offer accepted. What do you do? I would feel like people would get really bummed out.
You know, you sometimes just have to make your offer more competitive, not only by price, but maybe by other shortening terms of like time frames of getting inspections done, appraisals done, you know, offering maybe the seller to stay there a little bit longer after close if they need time to move, you know, just because I have a lot of experience with that. So I really try to work on all the key factors are the most important part to the seller to get my offer to
So
look
there's
the
a
most
lot more to the
attractive.
offer than just the price.
Correct, yes.
What about on the listing side? I mean, you get all these offers. I would feel like that would even be heartbreaking, where you have people that are pitching this story on how badly they want to move in the house. You got to tell them no.
It is, and sometimes it's an emotional factor for the seller. You know, a lot of buyers now are writing letters to sellers about their home, and it plays on their emotions, but then sometimes it's strictly a financial decision. So it really depends on, you know, and that's part of my job, to guide the seller as far as what the best, you know, solution is for them.
Well, I think your advice works on both sides, right? The way that you're presenting offers on behalf of your buyers is to get that offer accepted. And you're saying you have to be creative and pull off on some things you normally ask for. On the listing side, those are things you're probably looking for as well. That's what makes it a negotiation. That's why you need an all-star realtor. No pun intended, we're talking baseball all-star anyway. But this also creates a altering opinion between what the appraisal will be and what the offers are.
Right.
That's a complicated issue. Can you explain that?
It is. So not only do you have to have the buyer's offer get accepted, but then especially if they're obtaining a loan, they have to have an appraisal, and the property has to appraise at the value of the contract. Of course, sometimes and a lot of times right now, because the market is trending upwards, there's not comparables to support that, and so a lot of these appraisals are coming in lower even though the buyer is willing to pay higher. So it's really kind of created this difficulty in the marketplace, because a lot of buyers will still be willing to pay that price, but they might not have the funds to offset the difference between the appraisal value and then the, you know, the contract price.
The market is about supply and demand. If you have all these people that want a home, that are qualified, that have the money to afford the mortgage payment, that are making these offers, an appraiser can say, nope.
An appraiser has so much control in this type of environment. It's amazing.
So, but I wonder, does that really help the market? I mean, if the market if he were to say, okay, throw out the appraisal, if people are willing to pay, does that mean people pay up so much and you do create a bubble? Does the appraisal protect?
It does a little bit. It's a fine line.
It's a teeter-totter.
It is, and I mean. And then there are some cash buyers, and then that actually helps. They can pay whatever they want. So then that helps the next appraisal for the comparison. So there's a fine line. I mean, I had 2 appraisals done on the same property, and one came in $30,000 higher than the other. So it just goes to show you, it really is an opinion. But
that's a whole
that's a whole nother story.
All right, so you have all these listings. Give us a couple examples of ones that you got so we can learn just, what is out in the market, what are the price ranges if someone wanted to get in the game and buy, what's on the market?
Sure, so I have 2 new listings that are actually a great example of why you should purchase instead of rent.
Okay.
One of them is in the Rancho San Diego area, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome, and it's 2 stories, 2-car attached garage. It's only attached by 1 common wall, and it's listed at $399. It has a backyard, mountain views.
But isn't something like that just going to get a...
I just listed it today, and I already have 3 offers coming in, so it will go even higher, hence dealing with this appraisal scenario issue. The other
Real quick before you
Sure.
hop off that, so let's say you leave that on the market and more agents see it, it's just going to get more and more offers, right?
Right, which it's good to leave it on the market at least, throughout the weekend and give people a chance to look at it, but there's no sense in leaving it on for 2 weeks and getting 30 offers. We leave it on and then really just give people a window to make their offer and then deal with those offers. So it's, if you get in the first week and, make your offer and then go from there.
Okay, you got another property.
So the other one that I'm just listing today as well, it's a house in central San Diego, and it's actually new construction. It's a
new house.
Brand new construction. The lot, the seller purchased the lot, and finally it's coming to fruition for them.
Okay.
And it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's 1,600 square feet, and that's going to be listed at $459.
$459. So the one thing I want to translate that to our viewers is that if you're paying $2,000 in rent, you could probably buy a $500,000 house for the equivalent of paying rent. We actually mentioned that earlier in the show that Fannie Mae's average rates are at 3.58%. It's a big reason why the demand is so high.
Right.
MelissaTucci.com, Padres Realtor, does a gazillion deals every year. Somehow she does them all herself. I don't quite comprehend it. Everybody in the industry wants to know how you do it. And I don't know what to tell them, but MelissaTucci.com, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
All right, coming up next, we're doing the Sewing Says segment. I got a couple great emails here. We're going to answer them coming up next on The American Dream.